What's up, family? Damien Jones podcast. Glad you're with me. So listen, let's just get right into it. You know to subscribe, you know to leave comments, all that good stuff, blah, 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 blah. Let's get right into it. Oprah, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. Explosive interview a couple days ago. Did well, very well with ratings. One of the biggest ratings I think we've seen in a year. I think the numbers said. And I mean, I've watched the interview backwards and forward, up and down, all the way through. Listen to every word. And what I've come up with, quite frankly, is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are extremely out of touch. Extremely, extremely out of touch. So, and you may agree with me, you may disagree. Let me know in the comments. There are many observations from this interview. Many observations from this interview. I mean, I've seen people say, who gives a crap about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Who cares about what they got going on? You know, maybe folks in the UK care. I frankly, personally don't know why Americans care. But hey, so I heard, I'm going to go through a couple things, a couple of notes that I made, and some of the things that I heard, and kind of walk through it a little bit here. First, Harry said that he was trapped. He felt trapped. Meghan also said it as well. I felt trapped in this situation. And I can understand a little bit as to what he means as to he's trapped. I mean, but when you think about what trap really means, fix this microphone, it's moving on me. There we go. When you think about trap means all the walls are closing in. There's no way out. Someone is holding me against my will. You know, almost to the point where, I mean, there's torture. Your life is in danger when you think about trapped. And as I look at Prince Harry, who, I mean, he served in the military, you know, hey, I respect that. But, and that's about the only piece that makes him relatable to normal people. He served in the military. I think his mother's life, his mother was a commoner and became royalty. And so I think people connect her untimely death and kind of sympathy toward Harry and his brother to try to make them relatable. But let's be frank, people. He hasn't worked a hard day in his life for the most part. He was born into privilege. And I'm not blaming him for that, but it is what it is. He's born into privilege, born into unlimited wealth, born into waking up every day of his life pampered, waited on, chauffeured, servants, access for his entire life. And now he's saying that he feels trapped in a castle. He feels trapped with wealth. He feels trapped with unlimited access to any country in the world, unlimited access to any person that he wants, women clamoring for him. He feels trapped, he said. To the normal Joe Blow like myself and others, that's out of touch. That's out of touch. I mean, you know, when you talk about the levels of poverty that folks are dealing with, when you talk about the levels, the things that middle class folks are fighting for across the world, for for a prince born into royalty to say that he feels trapped in a castle, trapped in this royal family, is a little bit out of touch. For Meghan Markle, who says that she feels trapped, who said that she had suicidal thoughts. And listen, let me just say this. I will not make light of suicidal thoughts. If she was having those, I'm not one to particularly judge that. And I hope she gets some help, man. If anybody's listening to this is having suicidal thoughts, I hope you please go get some help. But Meghan, she knew what she was getting into. She didn't know all of it, but you know what you're getting into. Meghan's no idiot. Meghan's no dummy. Meghan went to college. Meghan's a smart woman. Meghan's a bright woman. Nobody forced her to join this family. Nobody forced her to be a part of this. And so she knew what she was becoming a part of. She knew the story of Diana. She knew the story of other women within the institution. She know the things that folks have gone through. She know the story of how other family members have been excommunicated and sent into solitude. The institution is cold. And so Meghan, in my view, looking for attention, looking for clout, wanting to be a part of royalty, wanting to be a part of the upper class, married Harry. And quite frankly, I'm gonna tell you some things that I looked at here. I think she's looking for attention, and folks are saying that she's a black woman. Her father's white, her mother's black. Okay, so she's half and half. She's mixed, and that's wonderful. And so you can choose to decide how you want to be, what side you want to identify with, and how you identify. Maybe not pick a side, but just how you want to identify. And I'm hearing all this talk about, well, this black woman is being disrespected, so forth and so on. And then I'll talk more about this child thing in a second. But Meghan, from all that I've seen and read, Meghan has never cared to be a black woman for the majority of her life, her adult life. You know, Meghan attended Northwestern University, and guess what? Meghan joined a sorority. What sorority did Meghan join? Kappa Gamma. That's not a black sorority. It's a white sorority. So, hey, I mean, and that's fine if she wants to be a part of that group. She felt more comfortable around white women of whom she identifies with. And so I find it troubling and out of touch and shameful that now she sits in this interview after the royal family didn't treat her as a white woman, of which she thought she was. She's a fair-skinned woman who can pass as white. I'm sure folks have treated her as she's been white her entire life for the most part. And she thought that this royal family would treat her as though she is white and royal. And she found out differently. And so now she's whining, she's complaining, and she's seeking attention. She told Oprah, this bombshell, that folks were asking about the pigmentation of their child when she was pregnant. And I know that can be tough for any parent, folks scrutinizing, analyzing your child and their color and things of that nature. And folks are now saying that the institution in the royal family is racist. For me, I don't really care for that point. And I think that's an attention-seeking point on the behalf of Meghan. Because if you look at Harry, clearly white, you look at Meghan, she can pass as white. Unless Meghan's been sleeping around, there's no chance that child would have come out dark in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The science wouldn't allow it to happen. And so I think that's a moot point to even bring that up and to talk about it. And if you're going to drop that bomb, name names, right? Other points that I saw in this interview. Harry, here's the thing. It seems as though they are using one another. Harry He said he felt trapped, and so that's fine. And so he even said it in an interview. So he used Meghan. The talk is that he used Meghan to get out of the family, to get out, not get out of the family, but to get out of the castle. He needed a wife as a scapegoat to get out of that. Well, you are mistreating my wife. You're mistreating my child. You won't give him a title. You won't give him security. I mean, how do you get on television and complain? People are suffering in this world, and these folks get on TV and complain that their child is not getting free security. Oh my God. We are so unsafe and so vulnerable. Right? And so Harry is using her to get out, and Meghan is using him for clout. She's an average actress, as I understand. I haven't seen her in any big movies. So she's looking for attention. And Harry is obliging her in doing so. Oprah is obliging her in doing so. And let me also add, as she's whining and complaining, they both are whining and complaining on television. They made $7 million from that interview. There's another point. Hey, Harry said, my father's not taking my phone calls and the palace cut me off financially. What do you expect, brother? You say you don't want to be a part of what we got going on. So why would we keep giving you free money, taxpayer money? Go be a man and go do your own thing. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. We respect it. Go make your own money. Why are you in front of Oprah whining and crying because the institution that you don't want to be a part of, that you feel trapped in, doesn't want to foot the bill for you and your wife? Go find an honest profession, my friend. I mean, let's think about it. These people aren't suffering. They haven't said anything extremely negative about the institution. They aren't working with foreign governments, you know? And so they are still connected to royalty. They're still going to go to the castle for Thanksgiving and other holidays. Harry's brother will be king in a number of years. Do you think he's going to let his brother and his sister-in-law and his nephew suffer? They still are enjoying privilege. And so black people, don't be fooled. Stop trying to save these folks. Stop trying to cape for Meghan. She doesn't want to be black. She's using this card now. Meghan identifies as a white woman, and that's fine, right? If she wants to do so, she can choose to do so. But don't be black when it's convenient for you and financially convenient for you, when you want to get sympathy. I think they are extremely out of touch for this conversation. Now, Oprah did an extremely excellent job in pulling out the information and asking the right questions and pushing the right buttons and then knowing when to shut up. That is a great skill. But I don't want to sit here and listen to a privileged prince and a mixed race white woman who conveniently wants to be black when she wants attention. I don't want to. It's extremely out of touch. Folks in the UK are ticked off. Folks in the UK are trying to make ends meet. Among this global pandemic, folks in the United States as well, and across this country. And a man that has access to endless wealth is talking about he feels trapped. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, looking for attention, looking for sympathy. Nobody cares. You're extremely out of touch. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think about these people. I mean, I hope this story goes away eventually. There's not much to this story. There's not much to talk about with these two. I mean, it is what it is. I wish them well. I hope they find success in Hollywood. I think it's remarkable that they want to do their own thing. It's fine, but don't complain because you decided to do your own thing. It's about choice. You decided to break away. You say you're trapped. So go do your own thing and stop whining and complaining. Your child is going to be fine. You all are going to be fine. Meanwhile, folks in the UK Folks in America don't have the same privileges. Tell me what you think in the comments. This is the Damien Jones.